Nino Williams is currently approaching the end of his sophomore season of basketball at Kansas State. He has a full-ride scholarship and is on track to graduate in 2015. From the outside, he appears to have everything, but his success on and off the court hasn't come easily. He was born September 13th, 1991, in St. Louis, Missouri, to Vernita Bruce and Tommy Williams. His father, Tommy, was never involved in his life.
When I lived in St. Louis, my grandparents lived in a house with probably like 17, 18 people.
Nino's mother had nothing beyond a high school education. She worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. His grandmother was always around, and he became close to his uncles as well.
Vernon Bruce is my uncle, my mom's twin, and he basically was a father figure. He always tried to keep me out of trouble. Like my cousins used to be out late night. He used to tell me I couldn't do this. I gotta be in when the street lights on. Like my mom enforced it, but he kind of demanded it. So he was basically like a dad, but an uncle.
Nino proved himself to be a great athlete at an early age, and as a result, his uncle didn't allow him to get caught up in the drug business like some of his other cousins. Nino saw his share of the violent side of drug trafficking. His uncle sold drugs out of his grandparents' house.
When I was younger, as young as I can remember, I knew like drug trafficking and all that was going on, but I really didn't understand it until I got older. But like my uncles used to tell me stories about like in the 90s and 80s when it was like drugs was hot, like they used to count millions of dollars.
It was not uncommon for them to be making drugs or counting money in the house when Nino was growing up. When Nino was 10 years old, his grandmother Bessie passed away.
I think it was really hard on my family because she was kind of the backbone of the family. She kept everybody sane. And I think when she passed away, the family kind of broke up. Everybody moved out, went separate ways. And my mom got her own place, and my grandpa lived with us for a while before he passed away.
After Nino's freshman year, the family he was living with became convinced that they should send their two sons to a new prep school in Kansas City called Milestone Christian Academy. They had been promised that Milestone would be an accredited institution with a top-notch basketball program. Milestone Christian turned out to be unaccredited and was shut down before even semester 1 was completed.
They didn't teach anyone anything, and the teacher/principal was a fraud. Like he lied about everything, about like grades, about uniforms.
One of Nino's friends, Willie Reed, played for Mocan and also transferred to Milestone. Coaches from Mocan heard what was happening at the school. That's when they met and started creating a relationship with Nino and other kids at Milestone because they saw how bad their school and living conditions were.
Thinking about that time was a tough one because there was so many times in life when you look back to a changing event. That's a time that I really think, was a point where he made the decision that I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I really believe that point, changed his life. And so, but yeah, there's so many, the Christmases, the holidays, the birthdays that he was able to experience, and the thing you always look back is just, he's just a kid. You like being around. And my wife always says it all the time, and so that one particular instance stands out because it was such a defining moment in this kid's life. But just that kid's smile, and I know you guys see it now. Just that smile.
Hey, this is an opportunity and I've got to take it. And we actually had another kid that we were doing that with earlier this year that he just didn't ever really see it as an opportunity. He felt really burdened by being here. And I think that's the gift that Nino has had, is that he really saw it as an opportunity, and he also saw it as a family unit that he could be a part of, even though he still has his own family. And that's the magical thing about Nino, is that he is part of our family, and he has chosen to do that. I mean, when he introduces me to people, he'll say, "This is my mom," even though, you know, he and I both know he has his own mom, and that makes me feel really special.
3 years after moving in with the Zecks, Nino graduated with a 3.0 GPA and qualified for a Division I scholarship. He is now a redshirt sophomore at Kansas State University and is progressing towards a college degree.